Hello everyone, welcome back to Data Logic with Shivam. Today we are diving into the new text slicer in Power BI, an update that's transforming the way we interact with dashboard. If you are Power BI enthusiast or data professional, you're going to love this. Let's move forward. I have the financial data where I have segment, country, product and some of the information. And I have one text slicer here which I have added from this icon, and then in this text slicer, I have added one column which is called segment, which is having the value channel partner, enterprise, government, like this. So if I'm trying to type any word in the slicer like partner and hit enter or press this button, it will directly filter my data and give me all the data where partner keyword is selected. It will directly filter my data and give me all the data where partner keyword or text is present, like we do Google search. How cool is that, right? It will be a great tool when you want to filter specifically text. Since this visual is still in preview state, so to enable this visual, you need to go to File, Options and Setting, Options, and into this Preview Features, you need to checkbox this text slicer visual and hit enter and or click OK. Now let's see what are the different customization we can do in this slicer. So we'll go to this Format section. So our first option is input text. Now if you see here we have placeholder, which means, for example, let's say if I'm cancelling this, we have this filter by keyword, right? So in place of this filter by keyword, right now it is auto, we can put our text as well, like type text here, typo error, like that we can do. From here we can change the font and we can change the font size. We can also bold this text. We can change the color as well, like if we wanted to have orange or something kind of that, right? And then we can have the transparency as well. For example, if we wanted to show in a very lighter way, so we can have this transparency as well. Moving to our next setting, which is called dismiss button. So this setting belongs to whenever we type any, for example, let's say I will type GOV and hit enter. So we will have the government data, and then we have this dismiss button, right, to remove the selected values. So we can change the color of this button as well. Like if we can take the color is blue, let's say, and then we can increase the transparency, then we can increase the size as well, and then we can have the spacing as well. Let's say if I'll move to 9, so you can see the spacing as well, we can move. Then we can also do the padding of these buttons and these text as well. For example, let's say if I'm doing the padding of text, I can move it to here. If I wanted to move dismiss button, I can move it from here. Likewise, I can do the padding. Now the next setting is applied text background. So for example, into this text, if I wanted to have the specific background, right now it is white, let's say I can take it as black, or let's say I'll take this one, this gray one. So we can change the background of the text as well. The next setting is we can apply the text border as well. For example, let's say if I on the border, if I'll put the border into, let's say, blue color, and if I'll increase the width of this, so you can see that we have the text border as well for this text. Moving to next setting, which is apply button, which is for this button. Whenever we type any word, in place of enter, we can also click on this button as well. So this setting belongs to this button. So if I can change the background color as well. So I'll keep it as orange, and then I'll increase the size of the icon. Then here as well, we can do the padding for this button, and then we can have the background as well for this button. Let's say for this background, for this button, let's say I wanted to have the black background, so I can have, and then I can do the transparency as well. I can have the border as well for this icon as well. I can have red border, and then I can increase the width size. Moving to our next setting, which is called input text box, where we are putting the text here. So we can do the padding again here, and then we can have the background as well for this text. So let's say we will have the background as red. Here as well we can have the border. For now I'll switch off, and then at the end we have one more setting which is called focus accent bar. For that I'll off the border setting, or else what I'll do, I'll delete this one, and then let's create another another one. So I have reset this text slicer again, and then if we see the focus accent bar, so for example, let's say I'll keep this is at the bottom position at the bottom, and then I'll keep the color as red, and then I'll increase the width. Okay, and then once I'll click here, you can see that I'm having some focus accent bar right here. For example, let's say if I'll type something called GOV and then hit enter, it will be stay there. And then if once I'll remove it and click anywhere else, this accent focus bar is also will removed. I can change the position of this accent focus bar as well. For example, right now it is in bottom. I can move it to top as well. So if you can see here, top as well. So these are the main customization option of this visual. However, there are two things which are missing in this visual. First is you cannot use two column in the slicer, and the second one, you cannot search the list of the words. For example, right now if I'm typing GOV and I wanted to have the partner as well, I cannot do that as this one. This will not give me correct result. So this is also missing into this visual right now. Might be in future update they will include. So this is all for this tutorial. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, share it with your network, and don't forget to subscribe for more Power BI tutorials. See you in the next video.